So all your training comes together today. Remember to hydrate well, eat well, and keep a steady pace as you get to enjoy your Crater Rim experience. Just have fun out there. We are now at a fantastic spot early into the Crater Rim Ultra. Whatever the weather, stop. Take a breath and appreciate what you are achieving as you trail your way to the top of Mount Herbert. Here we are at the top of Mount Herbert. Finally made it all the way up to the top as part of the Crater Rim Ultra event set for October the 13th in 2019. The top of Mount Herbert, as we can see looking around now, 919 metres above sea level. You can appreciate that we have our marshals come up here and stay the night up here at the shelter, so that come race day no stone's been left unturned to make sure that even up in these high elevations you're safe. And now to go and have some more fun on the next part of the trail. You have to feel the sound of the crushing of the snow. Well, here we are now at the Mount Herbert shelter. It's approximately 9.5 kilometres in from the start of the Crater Rim Ultra. We can see with our views looking out to Mount Bradley on our left, and we have the porthills of which will run along those Crater Rim as part of our running race to get back to the start line. A bit further beyond you'll see the city of Christchurch with access to our international airport. Now while we're up here and you're seeing the different types of terrain, we're heading towards the Packhorse Hut, next part of our main checkpoint, where we of course have the Hackley Tramping Club, and they come up, stay the night at the Packhorse Hut, put up the markers and signage so that you don't get lost, and they will be staying there and marshalling for you as you come along on your way, which will take you about 14 k's into the track. This video was created in winter to highlight the importance of your mandatory gear requirements, and as we all know, New Zealand weather can be very changeable on the day. Remember to stay hydrated. Water is available at our many aid water stations. Bring your own cup and save on the environment. Wow, the first glimpse you see of the Packhorse Hut as you round Mount Bradley is another wow moment. Down to the saddle, the Packhorse has access to a toilet and, weather permitting, fresh rainwater suitable for you to drink. And we're now coming along between the Packhorse Hut and out to the Gibbies Pass. And as you can see with the trail and terrain, we're now into the bush and the forestry line. So another complete different type of terrain with not quite as much technical, but there are other trails that go off in different directions. So it's important that you make sure you keep following our orange bright markers as we head towards Gibbies Pass, and of course the first aid station, which I'm sure everybody will be glad to have either their drop bags or to have some refreshments. Heading out to towards the Gibbies Pass. We're now coming across some open farmland, so you've seen over the last 3 or 4 hours of, for you it might seem a shorter distance, but for me it's about 3 or 4 hours of some different terrain. We're now on private farmland, and quite a bit of the course goes over the private farmland, so as trail runners we must make sure we pick up our race rubbish that we might have, or our goo wrappers, so that we can keep it great and clean, so then the farmers will let us come back next year and other trail runners to enjoy what we get to see. It's a nice sunny day, so I'm keen to get out to Gibbies Pass. Let's go. Next you get to hear from Vanessa, who is an absolute beginner 2 years ago on her first ultra race ever, has since gone on to take 30 minutes off her second Crater Rim Ultra race and gone on to run an 85k, 102k race, and just recently she completed her first miler, over 160 k's. Now we are grateful for Ness to be out helping support other runners achieve their ultra experience as a tail end Charlie in our 30k Bellbird Buster on the Crater Rim Ultra experience. Here we are today at the start of the 30k Bellbird Buster over on Wable's farm. This is private landowner's farm, and it's great that we have their permission to use it. And as you can see, some stunning scenery. It's a reminder that the weather can change very quickly. You see from some of the other videos we've had some snow as part of our coverage, and of course today we've got the reason why we come out and hit the trail is when you've got views like this.
Hey everyone, see those sheep down there? That's where we start the 30k. We've got a kilometre going up and there's about 400 metres of elevation, so be prepared to walk and walk a lot. Here we are, halfway up the Bellbird Buster, and as you can see, it's just a tasty little farm track in this section, which is really, really lovely. Those of you doing the 52k, this is the hardest grunt after you've done Herbert. So just keep trucking along. Make sure you have a look at those epic views, because man, they're amazing. Make sure you're hydrated and you're eating as you're going up here. Pop a lolly or two and just keep on trucking. Okay, we've just done this really short bit of road. It's about 500 metres from Webbles Track, and we come along here to the Ahuriri Scenic Reserve. We're going to cross the cattle grate and go into a beautiful, beautiful piece of native forest. One of my favourite parts of native bush. Isn't this tree fuchsia absolutely amazing? Through here it's a little bit tasty. Just watch out for the orange ribbons. It's easy to find your way. When it's damp and wet it's a little bit slippery, but today it's absolutely glorious. Woohoo! Yeah. Parts of it are really technical in terms of lots of volcanic rock. It can be a bit hard on you, so make sure you've got some gloves. I remember going through the lovely native bush sort of about 6 hours in, and I fell over 3 times. And I got out, and it's really a reminder, when you get to that stage, you really need to eat something. It's really, really important. If you cry, just eat something. If you fall over, just eat something. If you're hungry, just eat something.
It's important that you understand where Vanessa was 2 years ago and what the Crater Run has been for her, and it's a great way that you can have a chance to get the enjoyment that I have had, and passing on to other runners like Vanessa, who now in turn is going to pass on a great, wonderful day experience for your adventure for your next 30k Bellbird Buster.